I'm going to do a walkthrough to the garden and project walkthrough. So this is the little wheelbarrow which is turned into a garden bed. It needs weeding and I need to transplant some of those onions which were self-sowing itself. This is actually the place where there is a gray water basin. I need to remove the weeds, dig it out and renew it, which kind of is something I did at this one here, which right now has water showing and a gopher came in. So under that bucket is actually the outlet and I need to add more mulch. We don't want any standing water to show. But that one had been all earthed up, which made the flow difficult. And I'm having a feeling this one is as well. So I need to renew it so the water can flow freely. Then, oh my gosh, this is just like wilderness area. So there's a compost I need to work on more. This is a ditch which has only had water coming like this far, about till here, because there have been, as you can see, there has been gopher activity. So I have to dig it out more because the goal is to have it go all around the garden, everywhere. So a lot of it is removal of dead stuff. I need to eradicate that blackberry and I think I'm going to work on that today because that's a feel-good job and the soil is soft now. Yeah, and along with also Johnson grass here. Then it's going to be time to trim trees soon. Not just yet, they're still leafed out. And this one had died and then it has volunteers coming up from the bottom. So this year I'm going to craft a few and do like 3 years in a hole and then cut out the original dead one. Yeah, all of this area back here needs irrigation because right now I have just a makeshift one which is not working too well. So the prunos, the plums are having tons of suckers coming up. And this one's here I'm going to craft coming spring. This one and this one back there. So I'm going to cut them back, choose one strong one. And then I have what I think is a Mariposa plum here. There's an Inca plum behind it. And I'm going to put some other varieties where they should be cross-pollinating, I hope. So this one is doing pretty good. It was like overgrown with Bermuda grass and I got rid of most of it and I had planted in really thick and it needs another layer of green mulch. This artichoke is doing well. This one not so much, but we didn't water very much, and there should be another one, but maybe it got eaten by somebody. So I can plant another. Oh no, it's back here. So it's doing okay. The black-eyed peas had been wonderful. So has the amaranth here. So we're going to try to harvest the seeds because they are delicious, I found out, especially in soup. The Mexican oregano, loves it, and I'm going to keep cutting it back to, I don't want to cut it too much at each given time, but it's getting a little bit too big. Then what we have over here, it's an herb spiral which had died due to no water, and it's kind of my holding and trash area. So I'm going to reorganize that, move it to a different spot. This needs to go into hugel. I'm building back here, but here's one which had been, this one is a tree which has never produced since we're living here, and this year it did, and they're delicious. So I think I gave it more water. That might be the secret. Definitely going to trim it, get rid of all the dead stuff in here, and after it's done fruiting, and figure out a different water method. This hugel had been great. It had been man high and it was pumping out stuff, and then the chickens got out. So now I have a bunch of branches on here again, and I need to add a lot more soil. And I don't know if you can see it. And plant it up again. Yeah, but the bananas have been growing out of it and have been very happy because it holds a lot of moisture in the end. This is a hugel coming along the side, and it's in the very beginning stages. I need to add more soil and seed it in as soon as possible. Yeah, so that's what's happening back here. And the soil has been falling down. The loquat should be starting to bloom soon. So we see how it does this year. This berry has never produced, and if it doesn't produce soon, then it will be history. There's a little fig tree I'm touching here too. Let's look at the fig tree. So that fig tree is pretty happy, and it should be growing, giving us some privacy here. Goji berry in the corner is always doing well. Yeah, this berry I don't know about. We shall see. So this is a big compost pile with our water bucket watering method, and you can see those two artichokes are doing well. So once the compost is kind of composted, I just remove the cage and it becomes like a raised bed over here. And then we have some peas growing here, fava beans. I don't know where they're falling over. That's what happens when you have two people plant. I planted peas and my friend planted favas in the same spot. So funny. Some apple trees, and I extended this year, so pretty soon I'm going to fill it all in.